Hi everyone, my name is Ludmil and I'm DevRel contributor at Near DevHub. I would like to welcome you to the 11th Protoocl Workgroup call, where we'll be discussing and arriving at the decision on NAP 509 that introduces Stateless Validation Stage 0. The agenda for the day, we will briefly go for the objective, introductions, do the discussions around the 509, questions and answers, and how to decision and how to get involved. So, for those of you who haven't attended such a call, or I'll quickly explain the process. There are 4 roles into this course and the process: author and champion, who writes the proposals and suggests and new enhancement proposals; moderator, which facilitates the process, which overall I'll be taking now; the reviewer, which is for SMEs from the working group, and the working group members who make the final decisions on these proposals. So each NAP goes through 3 stages, which is draft, review, voting, which voting could result to being rejected or approved. You can learn more about those on the GitHub link you can see below. Introductions. The original author of today's snap is Yoon, but of course there have been also other contributors to this proposal, and other people have been working on it, including Voklo, Alexander, Anton, and Jan. I'll be playing the moderator role. The assigned reviewers are Michael and Marcelo. And the approver working group members are Marcelo, Michael, Marcin, and Bowen. So, without further ado, let the discussions of the NAP 509 start, and I would like to welcome Yoon, who is going to talk more about it. Yoon?
Hi, hope you can hear me well. I'll just talk about very high-level overview. Obviously, the NAP itself was written by a lot of contributors, especially from the technical aspects, and that is why we have several members of the team here, including Typhoon and Anton. Thanks for joining. So basically, stateless validation is our way to achieve a phase 2 of sharding that has been long overdue, and the team has been working on this for close to a year at this point. So basically, at the high level, what we are trying to achieve is there is no node or validator that needs to track more than 1 shard. That is the kind of like the baseline segment we want to achieve. And here with the stateless validation, we are trying to do that without relying on fishermen or rollback or challenges by fulfilling the assumption that a shard is secure if every single chunk in that shard is validated by randomly sampled subset of all validators. So what it also means is now, instead of like each validators maintain their own state in local disk, they'll get all the data they need to validate incoming transactions over the network. This stateless validation also introduces several changes to the way things work on a near protocol network, including some role changes. So instead of having a chunk-only validators and the block producers / validators, we will have a new role called a chunk validators, which does not produce any block or chunk. And also, there will be some hardware requirement as well because of our the new approach, which requires a state to be loaded into the memory. So we also share those details on like what kind of a new hardware requirements are needed for the validators, and the validators are aware of the necessary steps to do so. This is just the initial round of our approach, meaning there are lots of optimizations and changes we plan to make after this initial launch. So please be mindful that there are some known the pitfalls and the security concerns that we plan to address in the upcoming release as well. So I'll stop here.
Great, thank you. I would like to bring up one of the reviewers that are assigned for reviewing this proposal. I see that Marcelo is not currently on the call. Michael, would you like to express your opinion? And yeah, how do you feel?
Sure. Yeah, happy to do that. So I guess first and foremost, congratulations to the NEAR core team for all of the work around this. Like this is a huge change to the protocol, but it's a welcome one. We're always happy to see the scaling of NEAR be improved. And as you mentioned, the original concept with rollbacks and challenges and fishermen was always complicated, to say the least. And stateless validation is a much more elegant solution to this problem. So I'm super happy to see this.
Great, thank you. And I would like to invite Bowen Wang as head of Protoocl. We would like to see what is your opinion on the proposal and what are the benefits. If you can talk a little bit more about the benefits and the concerns about this NEP, Bowen.
Yeah, so I think a few major benefits, right? So one is that it eliminates the need to implement fraud proofs and chain rollback for phase 2 of sharding, and that's definitely a major benefit for the protocol. And another major one is that the state now is entirely, pretty much for practical purposes, entirely in memory, whether it's on the chunk producer side or it's on the chunk validator side. So when essentially that means when a chunk is applied, no matter on like which type of validator node, it's always state access always in memory, and this is going to dramatically improve the performance of the network. And as we know, the state read and writes is the biggest performance bottleneck that we have today. So very happy to see that being addressed as part of the same proposal. And then beyond that, there is also benefit on decentralization of the network, because the validators are now supposedly much more lightweight, because they don't need to actually store any state locally, so they can afford to run with less expensive hardware, and also they will be validating one shard at a time versus today. So yeah, that's as Michael pointed out, it's a major change to the protocol, and supposedly will take the scalability of NEAR to the next level. Now, regarding the concerns, I think it's mostly that this is the first iteration, and there are still many things that could be improved. It's not necessarily that there are something inherently wrong with the current implementation. I just said, for example, the state witness size is not necessarily optimized, and there may be certain overhead regarding the communication of witness to validators that are not optimal, and because of that, it doesn't fully, I would say, doesn't fully realize the potential of the new design. But that would be work for the future, and I think the proposal as is a very good milestone for the entire NEAR protocol.
Do any of the other working group members want to express any benefits or concerns with the current proposal? Martin?
So first, I will second what Michael said, that this is huge. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest changes to protocol comparing to all the other NEPs that we ever discussed. So yes, it's a great opportunity. At the same time, there's this tingling sensation that, like, holy shit, there are like so many small things that we hopefully covered. If you go through this NEP, as also for you, Vincente, if you go to the snap, you can see very detailed like analysis of pros and cons and statistics, etc., etc. So most of the discussion kind of happens there. what we are here in this thing is like the last, official quote signing of this rather than the whole discussion. So once again, amazing job, Yoon and the team. And yes, let's get this thing going.
All right, amazing. As per the protocol for approving those, proceeding with those NEPs, the work group members are voting on approval or rejecting, and we need a majority of the votes to go either way. And the working group members have discussed this on the public channels, including on the NEP itself, that can be found on GitHub. And we have arrived at decisions to approve this NEP. So congratulations on that, everyone. Amazing work, and thank you very much for that. I would like to get Bowen, if you have like any final words, or like this, do you change your opinion or have something to add finally? Because the majority of the members have voted for.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly support this NEP, and as Marcin said, yeah, it's a huge effort and great work to the entire team, and yeah, it's great to see it happen.
Amazing. All right. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you for the amazing work. I would like to continue with questions and answers, but before getting into it, I would like to get to know what would be the next steps for, and like what more work needs to be done in order for this NEP to be applied. Yoon, if you can take this one.
We have addressed all the baseline, the implementations that was discussed and mentioned in the NEP. So right now, the stateless validation, the 2.0 release was released to testnet and has been under testing with a various different network. We are running with the community as well as internal testing. And our target mainnet release date is as of now, August 5th. So we have about 2 more weeks until we get there. Of course, this date may move around depending on what we find in test nets and other tests, but it'll just continue going. And bunch of improvement and optimization plan are part of our roadmap in H2 of 2024. So I think we are in a relatively good spot as of now.
Amazing. So just to clarify that the proposed changes made, if everything goes according to plan, may take place into the late 2024, correct?
The proposed plan is to take place in mainnet in August.
Oh, amazing.
So in 2 weeks, yes.
Amazing. Any other questions from the community, or if any of the people attending this call would like to ask the author or the work group members?
I have a question, but it's about the process, not this particular NEP.
All right. As discussed earlier, we can do this async, and I will link you to some resources of how to get started on the process.
Well, the question I have is actually very specific. I have a NEP proposal, and I'm still awaiting to get reviewers assigned. So I'm not aware if there's anyone particular with the responsibility to assign them, or I have to find people who are interested in doing the review. I wonder how to best, move forward with that.
Yeah, the moderators should review and assign reviewers, right? Aria, I don't know, like what is going on there.
Yeah, so we've recently made some transitions on the moderator team. So there's probably we're probably delayed on some NEPs. Can you drop the link to the NEP you're referring to? And I'll make sure that the team takes a look at it. We do a weekly backlog review, basically, to go through all the NEPs and kind of figure out if they meet the actual requirements, and if not, we give feedback. So if you haven't received that, apologies. Like I know that there's a little bit of a backlog, but we'll make sure to do that. And then if it does meet the requirements, then we would reach out to the appropriate work group and get them to do the reviews. So yeah, I will make sure that our team kind of takes a look at that, and we'll also have some other NEPs that we need to review as well. So we're going to get back on track in the next week.
I'm going to put it in the chat.
Perfect. Thank you.
And actually, this is something I discussed in the Twitter group. So I asked, let's say, I asked permission before doing the pull request. I didn't just throw it there. Let's say.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I will take a look at this. It looks like there wasn't a specific work group that was tagged. It was just like a general work group, and so nobody received the notification for it. So we'll make sure to see, which group we need and whether it makes sense for this protocol work group or another one to take a look. So we'll follow up with you.
It's quite a unique one. So it's no wonder that it wasn't easily assigned to anyone.
All right. With that, I would like to thank everyone for attending today's call, for the author of authoring this NEP subject matter expert, work group members, and the community, especially the community. Thanks for Vicente for your work and dropping by. It's always awesome to see people getting involved and suggesting proposals to make our quality life better. So looking forward to read your proposal as well. If you want to get involved, check out the DevHub website, check out for the different communities that we have. If you want to get to know more about the NAPs, you can check the GitHub NAPs repo under the NEAR organization. And if you want to see on the upcoming NAPs, just follow the link on screen. And yeah, if you want to continue async discussions and get more information about these NAPs and other protocol-related things, join our Telegram channel. And see you there. Thank you very much.